Good morning to Laura. This is James Elrar Nichols, broadcasting live from inside Mount Carcera. We hope you're all having a wonderful day right now. We have the special privilege of being here with Adam Hatani. He is a senior designer, and him and his team put together all the awesomeness you're about to look, along with the massive efforts of all the programmers and artists and other designers we have on the team here. So, without further ado, I'm going to pass it to him, but all of you get to look forward to Infernal Dawn coming to you live tomorrow, Wednesday, April 18th. So look forward to it and enjoy the show.
All right. What's up, everybody? I am Adam Hatani. Some of you might know me from raid testing, or I post as Decoy Tryon on the boards. And we are here to talk about Infernal Dawn today. So here we see we're in the middle of Mount Carcera. We've come through the searing brink to enter the zone, and we're going through the first boss here. This is War Boss Dra. He is the leader of the Wanton armies, and he has assembled his forces here, as you can see, ready to stream out of Mount Carcera and assault Ember Isle. Now, unlike some other army commanders, War Boss Dra is not primarily concerned with victory. I mean, it would be nice if they won, but really they just want to create chaos and carnage. They want to throw their soldiers into the meat grinder, essentially, because they want to make Mailforge angry enough to bust out of his prison. So I don't know if you've played any of the Ember Isle zone events, but like Scarion screams about making Mailforge angry enough to come forth and all that. So that's essentially what War Boss Dra is trying to do as well. They're trying to stoke Mailforge's rage such that he'll blast out of the volcano and burn Talara to a cinder. So, what?
I see some of you are saying that you have a black screen right now.
Oh, cool.
Hold on a second. I'm checking it out myself.
So you can see that the lighting here is a little on the macabre side. That was a really specific art decision. We really want to make people have to use the torches. We added a new feature using torches to be able to see. You're going to need to equip a torch, kind of like the flashlight in Doom 3. Doom 3? Yeah, Doom 3. You have to equip a torch like a flashlight in order to see anything. It's a pretty interesting mechanical decision, I think. But we still.
I think we're good. Yeah.
People can see?
Some people are saying they can see it. If you're having issues, this is Elrar again, and apologies for any difficulties, but this is our first live stream, so bear with us. We're always, trying to make things work as best as they can. But if you happen to have a black screen while you're watching on Facebook, you should be able to hover over the screen and just click on our live stream page directly in the top left corner. Try that, and it should work for you.
Yeah, working? Good?
It's working for most of them.
Okay, cool. So, like I said, War Boss Dra wants to throw all of his men's into the meat grinder to make Mailforge super pissed so that he'll come out of the volcano and set Talara to flame. So we are going to head down the Earth Wing. As you may know, the Infernal Dawn raid has two primary wings, a fire wing and an earth wing. And once you defeat those, you'll get access to Lathus and Mailforge, who are in the center wing, I guess, like the dragon wing. So we're coming down here through the crystalline passages towards Mamos the Scryer. You can see Mamos here. Mamos is a Cyclops and one of the powerful members of the Golden Maw. And unlike many other scryers, he actually can see the future. He's able to pick out all the potential possibilities, and he's able to see a potential path to all of the worlds, all of Talara's oceans turning to lava. And they know that if Mailforge busts forth and is angry enough, that he is able to do that. And so based on that eventuality, they've formulated a plan to take advantage of it, which you'll see in the next chamber. Looks pretty awesome though, right guys? Yeah? Thumbs up for our art team.
Hell yeah, geodes!
There we go. So here we're heading towards the super awesome pirate ship. It's an official name. There we go. So this is the Dread Fortune. The Dread Fortune has been constructed specifically so that it can sail on lava. What that means is after the ocean, are turned to lava, all other ships will burn, but this is the only ship that will not. So they'll have ultimate military superiority on the high seas, and more importantly, they'll be able to assault all of the Talaran settlements from the ocean without any sort of defense really possible against them. So players are going to have to stop that from happening. Am I right? That's no good. It'd be super bad. Here we're on the deck of the Dread Fortune. You can see our captain here, Ruzela Dreadblade.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Ruzela is awesome. You can see she's deadly and beautiful. And when you hear her voiceover, she has this like dark Jamaican accent. She's super awesome. Actually, I don't know if that's going to translate into other languages, but hopefully they'll get it going in German and French or whatever. A little Jamaican style-y. You can see she's clapping for you. She's like, "Oh, it's so adorable. You're going to attack my pirate ship. Oh, no, my bros are going to shoot you in the head. That's what's going to happen." Yeah. So you can see, really the first part of this fight is you're fighting the ship, essentially. It's like all the ship's defenses. You can see that's how she commands her ship with this, this sort of projected hologram dealy. So until you can defeat the ship, until you can destroy the heart of the ship, you won't actually be able to engage Ruzela. But once you do, she is no pushover. She's got a lot of cool stuff, and she's super hot, and the ship is awesome. So we're gonna roll up here, take a little look at the cannons, and then head back to the entrance. We can go look at the fire wing. Yeah, they are snipers, actually. You have to dodge the headshot. That's no good because it kills you. Quan, you are absolutely correct, except that we're changing it to a 10 buff purge. We'd really prefer nobody to have buffs in PvP ever, so Eradicate is going to dispel 10 buffs. That's right, 10 buffs. Not really. I'm not a class designer. All right, so here we are in the fire wing.
This is Elrar. He is totally kidding. He is not a class designer, so that's why at the beginning we asked that if you can keep your questions limited to only Infernal Dawn, we promise we won't troll you, or at least as little as possible. Thanks, guys.
He's lying. We are going to debuff 10 buffs on Eradicate. Not really. All right, sorry guys. We're in the fire wing of Infernal Dawn. This is where the wanton armies have set up shop, essentially. We see Muglack here. He's one of our mini bosses. He drops some special crafting stuff, so people will be able to do some really awesome crafting recipes using drops in the zone. Here is Etuziel. Etuziel is the Herald of Flame. He's been summoned as a bodyguard by the Ember conclave, which are the 3 generals of the wanton armies. He's essentially there to stop Ascended from interrupting their war council. So if you do manage to get past Etuziel, who, if you walk around to the backside of him, has definitely been getting strong. He's been doing his squats, his weighted lunges. He's got a well-sculpted posterior. If you can get past him, you're gonna get a chance to engage with the Ember conclave. The Ember conclave are the 3 generals, like I said. Ember Lord Eritu leads the Devil armies, and he's the head of the council. And then he also has Packmaster Nahoth, the leader of the Kobold armies, and Witch Lord Zath, who is the leader of the goblins. And the 3 of them are up here formulating their battle plans. They want to make sure that they attack Talara with the greatest amount of force and terror as soon as Maelforge bursts forth from his mountain. You see these guys chilling, having a little convo, drinking some brewskis, doing some high fives. Oh, is it quiet? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, my bad. Like I said, drinking some brewskis, doing some high fives, having a good time. All right, so when you defeat them, and when you've destroyed the pirate ship and defeated Ruzela Dreadblade, you will get a chance to attack Lathus and Maelforge. So here we are in the Hall of Avarice. We're approaching the Golden Hoard. This is Lathus's treasure chamber. This is where she keeps all of her pretty stuff, all of her gold and jewels. You can see, oh, where is she? It's like she's not even in here, or Or is she? Yeah, she totally is. Oh, God, she's going to kill you. Goodness. Yep, super cool. Yeah, hats off to our animators for that and the artists. You can see that she's just absolutely stunning. One of the most awesome-looking raid bosses in any game, if you ask me. You're hurting yourself, bro, Seth. There we go. All right. As you can see, when you damage her enough, she's going to submerge. You think you've won, but you haven't. It's Lathus 2. More powerful than you can imagine. Yeah, totally Raptor Jesus. Yeah. So that's real Lathus. And real Lathus don't play. She has a lot of cool stuff. Can't wait for people to engage with her for realsies. If you can not be distracted by her incredible beauty, that is. Not mean. All right, so when you defeat Lathus, well, she had to make herself up out of the gold, man. There's not necessarily enough gold there to make 2 arms. Come on, give her a break. You just banned somebody? Nice, somebody got banned. All right, so we're coming towards Mailforge now. You can see it's really fiery, much more dangerous, a lot of lava stuff in this chamber. Reflects how scary and fiery Mailforge is. You come out on this platform, and you're going to see the beginning of Mailforge Part 1. You can see up there on the upper right, you can see the eggs, which is your ultimate goal of this encounter. Oh, God, who's that coming out of the cave? Maybe you pissed him off enough. He doesn't want to stay in his mountain anymore. Yeah, Big Daddy Mailforge. You want some? Oh, God. Well, our illustrious driver was supposed to die, but he didn't. He's just far too powerful. All right, so we're gonna go ahead back to the front of the zone here, and we can talk. We can do some questions, whatever you guys want. I suppose we got a little time here. What's that? Yeah, that's correct, Drac. You can only access Mailforge once you kill Lathus. It's essentially like a linear wing. So once you access the Lathus wing, you clear Lathus, kill Lathus, and then clear Mailforge, and then you have Mailforge. And when you defeat Mailforge Part 1, then you'll get to do Mailforge Part 2, which we are not going to show you at this moment, but I'm sure there'll be some videos up once people get there. Evira from Wolfsbane says, which wing are we opening first? This time we are going to start with the fire wing. So tomorrow morning, or whenever the servers come up, you'll be able to walk in here, and if you defeat War Boss Dra, you will be able to do the 2 mini bosses that come in from the Earth and Fire wing, but the Earth wing will be locked. And then you'll also have access to the Fire mini boss Muglack, Ituziel, and the Ember conclave. The next unlock will unlock the Earth wing. So after that, you'll have access to all the Fire wing, as well as Maklamos and Ruzula Dreadblade. The next unlock after that will be Lathus only, and then the last unlock will be both Mailforges. The actual dates for that are roughly defined internally. I expect that we'll probably open the Earth wing after a week, and we'll probably open Lathus 1 week after that. But whether Mailforge opens 1 week after Lathus remains to be seen. We're still deliberating, I guess you could say. There's really not that much trash in comparison. Sorry, not trash. We don't call it trash. These are non-boss encounters. They're very stimulating, just like a boss fight, and they can drop loot just like a boss fight. So really, people should appreciate them just the same amount as a boss, if you ask me. Oh, maybe they're referring to trash in this fight specifically. Well, this fight is it's sort of a, did somebody say something about microphone? Whatever, it's scrolling too fast. There is it looks like a lot of trash here, a lot of non-boss encounters, but it's really for atmosphere. So this is a sort of a gauntlet type encounter. You have different kinds of mobs. They're coming at you in waves. You have sub-bosses before you get to engage with War Boss Dra. But these guys around the edge, some of them will come attack you, but many of them are there to sort of define the fight space. Because if you walk up to them, they will chop you to death. They won't actually pursue, but they are in combat, and they want to kill anyone who walks into their melee range. So, I'd recommend not doing that. Although it's pretty funny. gotta say. All right, what time is the patch? I don't know, Intrinsic. I am not a server engineer. You will see, the server message will go out, oh, the server's coming down. It'll be up in approximately whatever. And it'll probably be up in the approximately whatever. But, no plan really survives contact with the enemy, right? Not that you guys are the enemy, but you know what I mean. Things change.
Yeah. I saw a bunch of European players asking, it'll come out again, the same time period after the North American release. So same day North America, but it'll be early morning Thursday probably for most of you in Europe.
Right. Oh, yeah, we need Elrar to do his mead yell. Can you do a mead?
Mead!
Yeah. Oh, God, I can hear that. Oh, man. Yeah, ow. Yeah, sorry, guys. That's my bad. I shouldn't have let him do that. You mead, bro? I am mead, bro. Neural Fiend. Yeah, there's basically there's new crafted recipes that need drops off of the mini bosses. I believe the drops off the mini bosses can also drop off of the trash mobs as well, and they'll be used in the recipes to make the new beta weapons. I know there's weapons. I don't know. Maybe there's armor. I'm not certain, but I know there's weapons. So resists. You will need fire resist for some fire bosses, and you will need earth resist for some earth bosses. Does ID require resist, hit, and flame focus requirements? Yeah, okay. Ariston. Basically, this zone is the next tier of rating, right? So it's a next tier up from HK, the same way that HK is a tier up from GSB and ROS. So you're going to need like 400-ish hit, or like 420, whatever the actual get no misses ever value is. You're going to need, a tier above HK. You're going to need HK gear probably to have any success in this zone. Although the first boss is meant to be a little bit more accessible. So you might be able to take down Drak with maybe less than HK best in slot on your raid. Maybe, yeah, probably a bit less, but we'll see. As usual, adjustments to the encounters will be made post-launch depending on, any bugs that might be found. I don't think there's any, but you never know. There's always going to be something that we missed because we are imperfect. So
there's also a lot more of them than there are of us.
Yeah, there's a lot more of them than us for sure. Let's see. ID same system as HK increase. Okay, so they're talking about hexed pieces. There are hexed pieces, or hexed type pieces that will upgrade some of your gear. The gear that you buy with marks from purple to orange, from epic to relic. However, they don't cover the full suit. So, for instance, to upgrade your shoulders to relic, you need to do the hard mode of the Ember conclave. And many of the weapons have upgrades to relics as well, but instead of the just straight relic weapons dropping off Mailforge, he's going to drop a Heart of Mailforge, which you will then use on a weapon to convert it to a relic. And all the weapons that are convertible have tooltips on that say, if you apply the Flaming Heart of Mailforge, you get whatever. So the Conclave has a hard mode. I can see all you guys saying hard mode. We don't have any activated hard modes on any other encounter in the zone, but the Conclave does have one. We want to see how it's received. We want to make sure that it's reasonable. It is something that we'd like to go wide with in the future, activated hard modes in general. But it's just a time thing, budget thing. It just takes time to do them and to do them right. So we wanted to try it out here and see what people think. As you might expect with a council fight, it has 3 dudes, and the order in which you kill them changes the difficulty of the fight. So if you kill them in the most difficult order, which, pro tip, is Emberlord to Ritu last, then and then defeat them, then you'll get a bonus loot chest, which drops the item that you need to convert shoulders to relic. And I am told that those relic shoulders are like super best in slot for everybody. Like they're by far the best shoulders in the game to reflect the difficulty as opposed to just getting hex drops off of other stuff. Class crystals, yes, the class crystals will work with ID gear. Don't quote me on this. I'm not the itemization guy, but my understanding is that all the gear in the zone is part of the set. I believe that is the case. I can confirm that later, but if not, yeah, the crystals that you have already will work with ID. PTS closed. PTS is not closed. It might be locked right now. Wilkes, we are probably going to run 1 or 2 more tests in the next couple days just before the zone goes live, just to well, actually, today basically we're running some tests today. Forgot that today's Tuesday. Just to kind of like last minute check some stuff, make sure that things are fine, and to confirm Mailforge's goodness to go live in a couple weeks. Denizia, how do you activate the hard mode? You kill the council in the most difficult order. That is the hard mode. Elrar, Intrinsic loves you. I want you to know that.
We love you too, Intrinsic.
We love you too, Intrinsic. You're our favorite. Let's see. Where will the vendor for tokens be, and what rep does this raid? Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's not a complete sentence. You get a D- for that question, sir. But the vendors will be outside of the main zone in Ember Isle. It's Ember Landing, right? That's what it's called. Talos Landing. Yeah, it's the one you zone into, right? I just zone in there and run away. I can't even remember the scene because I am a bad designer, I guess. So we put in the vendors there. They're actually forges that you'll interact with, and the rep is the keepers and the other ones for the other faction. I play Defiant, so I only know the keepers. Why did you make her boob so big? LOL, says Thunderballs. I didn't make him anyway. Our concept artist concept that way. We were like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then our character artist character arted her in that way, and I think she looks awesome. Don't hate, appreciate.
Huge tracts of land.
Dr. Doom, for sure, man. If you've cleared HK, you should be ready for Infernal Dawn. And if you go into Infernal Dawn and get raffle stomped by the first boss for 2 days straight, then that means that we've probably overtuned it. Honest to God. So, it's meant to be just a natural next step from HK. And I'm hoping that is what it is. And if it is not that, then we will make it that. Why is there a gating system? Rafter, you know why. It's basically, it's 2 things. One, we would like to preserve the feeling of racing and progression for a little bit longer, if possible. It's kind of fun to have a competitive season for raiding for those top-end guilds that are truly racing each other for world first and everything. And so I think that it's a little more interesting in general to have sort of several mini races as opposed to just one race to kill the last boss. And that will be the one that people care the most about, is who kills Mailforge 2 first. But I think it's going to be more interesting to see, oh, well, this guild, maybe they killed Etuziel first and then fell behind, or maybe this guild got council down and then kind of like fell apart when it came to the pirate ship, like or vice versa for that matter. So I think it's just going to be better in general, as far as competition goes, as well as sort of managing burnout, I suppose you could say, in guilds. Guilds obviously have a tendency to just chain rep. The hardcore competitive guilds anyway have a tendency to chain rep until they win or until people pass out the keyboards or you have to be done. And so obviously that's your prerogative, but I would prefer, for your health and sanity, that you get sort of a little breaks during this competitive season so you can stay kind of mentally engaged and keep having fun. Because, I'm a hardcore raider too, and I understand that sometimes you can be doing something that is genuinely fun, but you do it too many times, your guild leader gets real pissy with you, and it becomes unfun after a certain amount of time, right? It can, anyway. It's a thing. So I kind of want people to, I don't know, not take it easy, I guess, but pace themselves a little bit, the zone is not easy. It's definitely not like a trivial raffle stomp fest or anything, and you're going to have to really put a lot of work into it. And I really think that everybody who is kind of frowning at the idea of gates, you're going to find out pretty soon that it's actually pretty good and healthy, and you're going to have more fun. And after a couple of weeks, nobody's going to even remember that they were there, I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe now that I said that, it will obviously be super false, but exactly, yeah, there's going to be like a soundboard or whatever. New synergy crystals. No, we're going to keep the synergy crystals that are in. We felt like they work pretty well. They're pretty balanced now, more or less, you know. Make Josh improve the trinkets. Okay, I will do that right now. I'm going to put down my microphone and go make Josh improve the trinkets specifically for you. Let's see, what else? Is there anything that's not class related? Somebody says jump, jump, jump.
I know, we're about out of time here, so.
Anything else? Will there be platforming concepts? Oh, yeah, okay. So I can talk about that a little bit. You saw in the video the jumping across platforms in the Mailforge fight. That's essentially a new piece of tech that we've got that allows you to like jump these long distances, you know, by defining sort of landing zones and stuff. And it's pretty cool, I think. You won't have to aim yourself too much. You just kind of have to like point yourself towards the platform that you want to jump towards, and then jump, and it will automatically jump you to the whatever platform you're facing. It's works pretty well. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. But yeah, so that part of the fight, you're having to split your raid up, traverse the platforms carefully, defeat all the defense systems in there. I guess they're like summoned turrets, and there's like phoenixes and things like that you're gonna have to fight through in order to access the dragon eggs, which is really your goal. You want to destroy the dragon eggs at that point. And meanwhile, like Mailforge flying around, you're getting harassed by stuff. Your raid is split into pieces, so it should be pretty exciting, I hope. Pajak, yes. So in order to make the relic weapon, you will need to kill Mailforge. However, for instance, Lathus drops a weapon that you can change into a relic with the Mailforge drop. We're hoping that this system gives a lot more flexibility, a lot more choice, you know, a little bit less. Cool, we didn't get a Kraken Spine again this week. We got the Cleric Tanking Wand, you know, which is, you know, no offense to all the Justicars out there, but people want the Kraken Spine, right? And this system will allow them to convert, you know, an existing polearm into the Kraken Spine equivalent for the zone. In this case, it is, I want to say, the Burning Revelation. It's the super awesome scythe that you may have seen. That's the relic polearm for the zone. What's the lore about the eggs? Well, when a dragon and another dragon love each other very much, sometimes they'll, you know, close the door to the Golden Horde. You know, they'll put on some soft death metal music because that's what Mailforge likes. You know, he'll have his minions bring in a pallet of, you know, the Talara's most expensive Iron Pine Melange, you know, an ancient and rare vintage, kind of get her in the mood a little, you know. And then, you know, what do you think happens? Make some babies up in this piece. That's what happens. Making the babies. Does that answer your question?
Seriously.
Yeah? I can elaborate if you guys want, you know? No. Yeah, ask your dad or your mom for more details on how dragons make the babies, all right? I just set the stage here, but the, you know, there's more going on there that you're going to need to ask your mommy and daddy about. I am sorry for the Frenchman who doesn't understand my English. I apologize. I will try to learn French for the next one, and then I'll do it in French, and all the English people will complain that they can't understand me. Well, the French people won't be able to understand me either. That's not like I'm... Yeah.
That's cool.
Increase the size of tank shields. There's actually some really pimpin' shields in the zone that are bigger and meatier and cooler. So I think you will not be disappointed, Tierlith. Aftermath Matu. Yeah, I'll come join your raid, man. That's cool. I come equipped with a damage 10% button that, as you might expect, does 10% of a mob's health per button press. Also, it's off the GCD. So if you guarantee me all the loots that I want, I will come and blow up all your mobs. And that's totally the truth. I'm not joking at all.
Not at all. Anyhow, on that note, folks, it is now the magical hour of 12 noon here on the Pacific Coast. I'd like to thank everyone for spending their half hour with us. It has been a wonderful time. I hope you've gotten a lot of information and are looking forward to the release of Infernal Dawn as much as we are. As a reminder, that is tomorrow, Wednesday, April 18th. That'll be early morning Thursday, April 19th, most likely for Europe. And I'll also say hi to Apocalypse since someone was asking me to say that a million times.
What's up,
Oh, there we go.
Apocalypse?
Yeah, Apocalypse. All right, folks. Again, one more time from all of us at Tryon. Have a wonderful afternoon and...